Okay.
Okay then. Hi everyone. My name is Ela Qureshi and I welcome all of you to another live session or another Power Talk organized by my captain. This Power Talk is in collaboration with QFUS. QFUS is a mentorship platform with a community of experts who can guide individuals in their journey. Also, QFUS hosts a lot of coaching and workshops on different topics to enhance your skill set. So, if you want, you guys can check them out on www.qfus.com. I'll also drop in their website in the chat section. Now, moving on to the Power Talk. Today we have Mrs. Roshna Khalid with
Yeah.
us, who is going to share her expertise and industry insights on the foundation of Google hacking. So to give you guys her brief introduction, Roshna is a cybersecurity expert and trainer. She has worked with All4 as a security analyst where her major responsibilities were investigating security breaches and other cybersecurity incidents, installing security measures and operating softwares to protect system and information infrastructure, which included firewalls and data encryption programs as well. So, very welcome, Roshna. We are really happy to have you on board with us. And I know that all the attendees can't wait to learn more about Google hacking. So, without any further ado, please take ahead.
And thanks for a very beautiful description of mine. Okay, I didn't expect it. And one more thing, I am just taking your website name, mycaption.in, right? I'm
Yes.
just taking it as an example. I'm just taking that website. So I'm
Sure,
just
sure.
with your permission, I'm just taking it. Okay. So
Sure.
let's get started. Okay. Hello all, very good evening. So yeah, it's good evening. So I'll be taking classes on the Google hacking. I know most of you guys will be like know about something about Google hacking. So here I'm trying to give the idea of tell me please.
I'm so sorry to cut you in between. Attendees, whatever questions you have, kindly write it in Q&A and chat section. At the end of the webinar, we'll be taking the questions one by one. Thank you. Please continue.
Okay, fine. So I'm like planning to discuss about the basic Google hacking only. It's kind of you can do some crazy hacking stuff just by search on Google. It's awesome, right? Yeah, I know. So let's get started. So I'm just sharing my screen now. Okay. I think you guys can see this.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so it's just a slide about me. I'm Roshna Khalid. I'm CH certified and cybersecurity trainer. That's all. So Google hacking. Here you go. Like Google hacking is also called Google docking. Google docking. Google docking. DORKING. So don't confuse with the two terms. Both are same only. Okay. So I think I better want to talk about hacking and ethical hacking also, because this Google hacking is one of the hacking steps. So how does hacking differentiate from ethical hacking? You must be heard. So because these days hacking, ethical hacking, these are very very ongoing subject. As the name says, ethical hacking is legal hacking. Both the hackers are both the hackers are using the same method to hack a system, but ethical hackers are doing good to the user or good to the admin. They are helping admins to safeguard their property. So basically, ethical hackers are following some strict rules or well-written rules. So mainly corporates or educational institute or government or everybody, whoever having a website, whoever having a web server, uh, are appointing ethical hackers to protect their system. It can be system or network or anything. Okay, so they have the return permission from the owner, so I think question and answer session, something is coming, but I can't see this because this will interrupt my session. I'll get back to you later. Okay. So they have written permission from the owner of the computer system or a computer network before hacking. So corporates are hiring them to protect the privacy of the corporate being hacked, right? So basically, they have the duty to report all the identified weaknesses in the computer system to the organization. So ethical hackers are will also inform the hardware and software vendors also to discuss about the identifying weaknesses after doing each and every hacking. Okay, so ethical hackers are appointed in a particular organization, not in the name of ethical hacker. Maybe they are hiring in the name of security analyst. Maybe they are hiring in the name of SOC analyst. So it can be anything. And they also called as pen testers. So hacking process that they're doing is called the hacking process that they are doing is called pen testing. So the people who doing the pen test is called pen testers. Okay. So well, hacking a computer system or network is not everyone cup of tea, I'm telling you. So it needs thorough understanding of programming skill, knowledge in networks, like regular updation in this particular field and everything. And everybody knows that, like some college or maybe your friends are trying to hack and just like breaking into an account of the college website and doing some malicious activities, and they're trying to run like a bunch of programs and to see what is happening inside the college website. And many people are doing it just for this fun sake, maybe just for the fun, or they just playing with it, right? So in some crimes, like the authorities are finding all such hackers, but in some crimes they will not, because as such our cyber laws in India is not good enough. It's not strong enough, I'm telling you. And you know that the reason of cyber crimes are increasing these days also, but it's we can help it. It's things are like that only. But we can hope that better rules and regulation will come up. Okay, and now, like this is I'm just explaining all this Google hacking doesn't mean that I'm pushing you guys to do this illegal hacking. I'm just explaining this for educational purpose, and so take it as a disclaimer from my side. So please do not use any of your hacking skill to exploit any system. Okay. Okay. So what I'm telling is ethical hacker and a hacker. So both are using the same method to hack a system. But ethical hackers doing some good for the organization. But hackers are not. Hackers are doing it for the sake of anything. Maybe the money benefit. Maybe they are getting some like internal pleasure by doing it. Okay, so Google hacking. So it's not like we are hacking Google. We are hacking the Google website, but it's an information gathering step only. Okay, basically all ethical hacking and hacking process have some phases: reconnaissance, scanning, gaining access, maintaining access, clearing impact. These are the 5 steps that if you want the ethical hacking session, you can ping me. I'm taking classes on ethical hacking also. Okay, uh, so Google hacking is actually a real thing a hacker do, a real thing a hacker use, and this will come under reconnaissance phase. That is first phase of ethical hacking. Reconnaissance means information gathering information. Okay, so this is the first step of hacking, information gathering. Okay, so the first step that any good hacker is gonna take when they are about to hack somebody or some system is to collect as much information about the target, because the more you know about your target, the better you can hack a system. All right. So Google is much more than just a like simple search engine that everybody knows. It is better than any other search engine. Everybody is using Google only for anything. So if you want to search something, if you want to purchase something, you will use Google only. Even I am also using Google only. So Google scrolls public websites for information every 6 to 8 weeks using an automated search, and Google will record it. Okay, so now here we are going to Google had just using Google search engine only. And result from Google search engine will be the information that are using for the remaining hacking process. So it allows the comprehensive researches based on upon a keyword. So I can show in detail, don't worry about it. Okay, so these are some basic Google operators that are using for the Google hacking. So mm, like Google being a very like what's it, a full text search engine. It can indexes entire web pages instead of just titles and descriptions. So it allows a comprehensive searches based upon these keywords, and the results will be straight from the Google search engine. So first Google operator that I am going to demonstrate is and, that is plus, that you can see here. Okay, so Google will search for all of, so if I type, so for example, I'm just taking my web browser here. This is my browser. Can you see my screen? Okay, stop share.
No, you shared only that
Okay,
specific.
okay. I think I shared only my PowerPoint presentation. I'm just now stop sharing, and I'm sharing my entire screen now. Okay, screen. Okay, share. Okay, okay. I'm just taking Google. Just a normal Google search engine. Then I need some result. For example, qfirst.com plus my caption.in is there this thing. Then the first operator that I have used is plus, that is and. So in this, what Google will search for all of the items like QFIS and QFIS Google will showing the result of QFIS.com and mycaption.com. So if somebody need a result of two things, then we can use the operator plus. Then at the same time, if I don't want the details about keepers.com, but I don't want any details of the mycaptain.com. So I have taken this example because Qfizz and mycaptain, these websites, they are they're doing many projects together, I guess so. Okay, so I need some result that I need it from only qfizz.com, but not from mycaptain. So I'm using another operator minus. That means the Google search will show us a result of qfirst.com, but not from mycaption.com. You can see here. So when you scroll down, you can see it here. So it is showing all of the data from qfirst.com, but it exclude result from the mycaption.in. Okay. So next is or. Okay. Either you can type or like this, or you can take this also. This also. Now I'm taking this only. Give us or. So this means that it combines searches. So put or between each search query if you want to specify that either word is acceptable. So you put an or between each other. So at this time, this will show the result of qfirst.com or mycaptain.in. Either qfirst.com or mycaptain.in. Okay, you got it? So next is double quotes. So I need some details about ethical hacking, and I'm very specific and I'm very particular about my search query. Then what I want to do is to use double quotes. Then I'll get details about ethical hacking only. Normally, if we type something about a particular subject, we will get a lot, tons and tons of information, very like uninformative, not need information we will get. But if you are putting the particular phrase inside a double quotes, you will get you can be very specific to the subject. Okay, so that is double quotes. And there are many other things also, like asterisk. Asterisk is there, something like if you use asterisk, or like if you type something like, you can type ethical hacking only, ethical hacking. Then this will provide a wildcard only. It will match with any word related to this. So you can see here this. Okay, so just like there are many normal basic keywords are there, at the rate is there, dollar sign is there. So I'll show you one more thing, dollar sign. So if I type dollar 400, or for example, now, for example, camera, then it shows the camera information who is having a price range of dollar 400. So we are very specific to the topic. We are not going any wild. We are very specific to the we are very specific to the subject. So as an ethical hacker, it is very easy for an ethical hacker to compute about a target to you by using all these method, by using all these like Google commands, Google door. So I forgot to tell. So these commands are called, these phrases are called door, Google doors. Okay, okay. So I'll show you with some interesting example also. See, it's fun, no? So it is like it's a trick, like it's a trick that hidden. It's not a hidden trick by Google. It's Google has implemented several interesting tricks like this into the search engine. It's very easy. Just type z.r twice in your Google this thing, and just enter. Then you will see this. And I'll show you one more thing. I always like all these funny things. Whenever I get time, I used to do all these things. It's fine. Okay, I'll show you one more thing. Okay, Blink HTML. So if you type this, you can see HTML, whatever written as HTML as blinking. It's fine, no? It's nice, no? Okay. Okay. So, and we can go to the like some serious thing. Okay. Now I'm just going to my slide. Okay. Okay. So these are all we have discussed already. Now let's move on to the most interesting part of this session, advanced Google search technique. So, so how can I explain this? I can take an example for explaining this technique. Like I started doing as a hacker. Maybe I need to know about camera itself. Okay, about webcam. So I will, if I type in Google about webcam, I just type webcam, then I will get a tons of information, tons of results from the internet. But as a hacker, I don't want to search it like that. I want to narrow down the search like this one. So I'm using many operators for this site. In URL, in text, in title, in your file type, etc. I'll show you some interesting thing. For example, you take Google and search operator. I have used webcam, and I am typing webcam site amazon.com. So I will use a search operator site colon and the domain name. So this is a domain. Amazon.com is a domain name. So what just happened is you can see that when I search a webcam, it only come up the site that were Amazon.com. So otherwise, if I type only webcam, it will showing lots and lots of result, unwanted result. No, but I'm very specific to my subject. I need only webcam, uh, webcam things in Amazon.com. So I get this information. Okay, just like that, there are many operators also. Second one, I'll use URL. Okay, see, it is just an example. This camera thing is just an example. Okay, I'm going to use another search operator, URL. In URL, that is, I need something about Amazon.com, in which okay, Amazon.com is a site inside the URL. So I have a keyword admin. So this will return the pages with the exact phrases in the admin. Okay, that means if you scroll down, you can see I can see lots and lots of website here in which some URL, some admin URL information will be hidden in all these websites. See, if I take this one, okay, if I take this one, you can see in URL there is an admin thing. So something related to admin. So in URL, something related to admin will be there. Okay, so this is another type of Google hacking operator. And again, we have many. Sometimes I could, using this method, sometimes I could find some vulnerabilities also because some very sensitive admin information or password information will be exposed in many website accidentally. So that is what a hacker also need. So if I type something like this, then some hidden information of a particular website will we can see such information. We can see such information because all the admins or some admins will be exposed to their very personal information. So by using that, hacker can do further attack. Hacker can do further hacking activities. Okay, hacker can do some malpractices to the particular system. Okay, so there is one more operator I can tell you in text. In text. So in text history, so history of Google. Okay, so this will return the pages with the exact phrase in the text or body of the page. So this is the body of the text that I have used. So I'll get a exact information about history of Google. Maybe that may be like sorted by many websites. You know, sometimes it is coming from Wikipedia, sometimes from infidigit.com, sometimes from mirrorview.com. So that all the it returns the pages with the exact phrase of the text. Okay, so this is one example. And another one is file text. File text PDF, and I need PDF file. I need PDF file from uh, Amazon.com. So I'm very particular. I'm very specific to my target. So I need some PDF information, PDF file from Amazon.com only. That is why I have used site Amazon.com and I have used a keyword file text PDF. Then we can see the many PDF files that Amazon has driven to the web internet. Okay, so you can see many pages, many everything is a PDF file only. Okay, and I'm getting information from Amazon, not every website. I'm getting PDF file from Amazon.com only. That is why I'm using this keyword. Okay, we got it. Okay, so next I can do some more things, cache information. So these are all basic things. Okay, cache information. So cache, for example, I can use my caption, my caption, my cat dot in. So, okay, this cache information tells you when a page was last cached by Google. So here we have an information. The Google's cache of mycaptain.e is appeared on 5th November. The last cached time is 5th November 2020, 13:54 GMT. So just like that, we'll get information about any site, not only this thing, my captain, we will get any cache information of any site, cache of uh, QFS. QFS is the name of their website, qfs.com. See, you can see the cache information. They have updated on 9th November 2020. Okay, okay. So, you must be feel that it's all very silly thing, and how can a person can hack only using these days? Is this really hacking? But I'm telling you, this is a hacking. And how come? Okay, now, mm, and you know what? It is very serious issue also, and very harmful also. Like because all this keyword may show very sensitive information. Sometimes we will get a very password and admin information also using these keywords. Like it can be anything. It can be confidential data, a password, admin details. Like we are getting all the information if the particular system or a website or any this thing is vulnerable. See, no system in the cyber world is 100% safe, 100% cyber secure. So everything and everybody has flaws. Some more other way, Google also getting exposed. Hackers are still putting their eyes to hack Google. You know that. But in case of Google, they are providing dollars and dollars also if somebody discover any small bug in their Google server. Bug bounty is a very big like program to discover vulnerability. So not only Google, Facebook, WhatsApp, YouTube, no, not YouTube, Google, and every same only. Every all the main firm companies are like providing bug bounty amount also for somebody who did who discover any vulnerability or any bug of their organization, and it's a very good amount. It's dollars of money, you know. So, and now I can show you some interesting thing. Like, have you ever wondered if your private live camera could be watched not only by you but anyone on the internet also? I'll show you something. Uh, this Google hacking technique can help to fetch live camera web pages that are not restricted by internet protocol. Okay, see, I'm trying to dark here in URL top dot html in URL current time. Okay, and I'm just taking the first this thing itself. Okay, double click it and this will open. So this is a, you can see here, this is a webcam live camera information of somebody. Like so like this we can fetch live camera information. So this website person is this website is like vulnerable, so that is why I can see it. So using just using this keyword I can see this webcam information. It is publicly available that I got it. Okay, so just like this we have many things. Like for one more thing, for example, webcam entitled webcam. Okay, I'm just taking this. Okay, see here, this is the webcam live webcam information of about of some country, some place. I don't know where is the place. Some place. This is the IP address of them. So it's all exposed. It's all publicly available. So we are just taking it. I'm not hacking. I did nothing like illegally. It's everything is publicly available. I'm just taking it. That's all. Okay. So just like there are a lot of live camera dogs that can let you watch and part of the world live. So just like that, you can find educational, governmental, and even military cameras without this IP restriction. I got this information just means that the IP is restricted. The internet protocol is restricted. You got me. So if you get creative, you can even do some white hat penetration testing also on these cameras. So you will be surprised that you are able to take control of the full admin panel remotely. So, and even reconfigure the cameras. If you are a very good hacker, or like if you have a very programming skill, if you have a Python skill, and if you have a very good networking, then you can also do very things like this, more like this. I'm telling you. Okay, so now, okay, I'm just closing it. And I'm moving to my slide. Okay, now, so we have talked about this also, and Google hacking database. Okay, Google hacking database is something like it is a database of potential Google search strings using those same Google search operators that we talked about. They could expose potential vulnerabilities, passwords, usernames, email, anything you could possibly imagine. So we can use these to discover information. It's using technique. So it contain search queries only, Google Docs only. And then you can ask who is contributing, who is giving information to the Google hacking database. Many security researchers, there can be any, maybe some ethical hackers also contributing. So like if you search I have searched about webcam. So they give you a variety of searches you can use to find webcam, and it is a kind of scary, right? So like a kind of weird, and it's using what we just talked about. So the same thing goes for the password also. Like many websites are exposed to have a passwords also. So if somebody can take password like this, then what is the security in our website? So I'll directly go to the Google hacking database. I'm just typing Google hacking database only. So this is the website. Okay. Just taking time. Okay. So this is a Google hacking database. Some many contributors are given ideas to this Google hacking database. So Aditya Rana, many Indians are also there. Some many anonymous people are also there. So okay, so I'm taking one example. Okay, so then you can see either the dark entitled webcam INURL login. So this will give you the information about the online device login page. So I'm just typing it in Google, Control V. See, you can see the many login information about pages. So this is the login information about webcam, this FPM insta.edu. So many login information about webcam we will get using that key dot. So just like that, we will get many information. So that's disturbing for me. Okay. Just like that, if you filter your choices, you can see categories. See, file containing usernames. So it's all data database. People are putting their like their contribution to this. So like file containing username. So if I take that category, you will get many information about the file containing usernames. So for example, I'm taking this. Okay, this is I just copy and paste it. See, I can see the main what is the description of this? I forgot. Okay. This is giving many HKey information. HKey information is very like very close to the password and everything. So log files and everything. Okay. So we are getting many HKey information. See, if I taken that, see some username or the admin login and default password we can see using this Google Doc keyword. Okay. So just like that, you can also try. It's publicly available. It is easily available in this website. Anybody can take it and just go for it. And you know, uh, so just like this. So in this, so we are just talking about the first phase of hacking. I told you. So we can gather many information like this by using Google hacking. Okay, so if you have a website or any data in internet, you can cross-check yourself whether any of your confidential or sensitive data is available publicly because people are using it everywhere. Okay, so but I'm telling you, do not hack others' property unless you are getting their permission. If you use all this Google hacking technique to hack somebody, then it is illegal. It is a crime only. Okay, it is a cyber crime only. So what I want to tell is keep a line between all these things. So if don't cross that line. So what I did here is not illegal, but if I use it to make any malpractice or any if I use it to access any system, then it is an illegal. So here we saw many admin login and username information. If I have used all this information to log in a particular website or any database server, then it is illegal, then it is a crime. Okay, so don't go for that. Now we can move on to our slide. So, okay, so we are done with this and the Google hacking tools. So there are so many Google hacking tools in this thing, but many Google hacking tools are illegal also because using Google hacking tools, like many sensitive and password and database information that we can see. So many of the Google hacking tools are illegal. These are the some. I never tried any of these things. Victor is a easily available tool that you can try, but many other tools are not illegal. Are illegal. So I didn't use it, but I can show you one Google hacking tool that I have in my system itself. So that for that I'm using my Kali Linux. So Kali Linux is a favorite operating system of a hacker. So you must be heard about Kali Linux. So Kali Linux, the main advantage of Kali Linux is many built-in penetration testing tools are available in Kali Linux. Okay, so I'm running my Kali Linux. So Kali Linux we can set up in our host system itself. So here I'm using my Windows 10 operating system. So but I'm using VirtualBox to use Kali Linux. So I'm opening this Kali Linux inside a virtual machine. Inside a virtual machine. Okay. I'm just signing my Kali Linux. Okay. Okay. Hoping that you can see this. Okay. So there is a tool called the Harvest. Okay. I'm taking the Harvester. It's kind of a if somebody is having familiar with Ubuntu, you must be like must be knowing this all this console because it is very similar to the Ubuntu and or Linux operating system. Kali Linux is Linux only, free and open source only. You can directly download from kalilinux.org website and download it, and either you can boot live, or you can host in a virtual machine. Okay. So, so this is a harvester. So there is a command. Okay, so there is a command, the harvester. The harvester minus d. So I'm taking now. I need information about qfus.com. I need information from the qfus.com website, and so I'm taking the harvest minus d qfus qfus.com minus b using Google. So the harvester we are using to what gather information uh, uh, about a domain or a subdomain. Domain and subdomain means that is website only. See, website have many subdomain like Amazon. If Amazon.com is domain name, so Amazon have many subdomains also. So this all these kind of pen testing tools will help us to find out what all domains they have, what all hosts they have, what all IP address they have. So the harvester is a tool used by pen tester for gathering information about the domain, subdomain, host details, employee details, etc. So I want information about qfus.com, and I'm using Google search engine for that. So this is a command I want to type to get the information like that. Okay, minus b. Then I type. Then it is searching. It will sometimes it will show the port information also. Okay, I but I'm telling you, there is no. I can't find any information of qfus.com using the harvester. That is the reason I am taking the example of the qfus.com. That means the qfus.com is safe. The harvester tool cannot compute any vulnerabilities in qfus.com. So that is safe. That's good thing, no? So that is why I'm taking the website qfus.com only. Okay. Just like that, you can search anything. So I'm just showing you just an example site only, just an example tool only. So this is one of the tools that we can use to gather information about a target. Okay. So we can minimize it. Okay. So now you can ask a question like, is this Google hacking is really legal? What do you say? Actually, it is legal well up to a point. I already told you, if you cross that line, if you cross that barrier, then you're doing a cybercrime. And why we are doing it is not why we are doing is not illegal. It is because we have taken here passive information gathering only. We are just trying to get information that's been made public. That's that last time I have shown you this webcam information. That all the information it is publicly available. Sometimes that author, that user, that admin of the particular website did not know about that. He was thinking like oh, my data, my webcam information is safe, but it was not. That is why I also got the information. Okay. So I took all publicly available data only. So which in most cases, it's going to be something we can just Google search that just come up. And words are hopping. Okay, what do you say? This Google hacking is every time it is not illegal, but because we are taking information that is publicly available only. Okay, so ethical hackers or security analysts or pen testers are using all these or are going for all these tools, all these steps because they wanted to know their operating system or their system or the network is safe or not. Okay, so it's when you take that information, we are learning about the company and try to use it again or use it against them is an illegal activity. Okay, so sometimes maybe you use information to try to get more information uh, about them, or you could use it for another attack and all. So that is a crime. That is illegal, obviously. Otherwise, if you are searching all these things, all the things that I have done now is not illegal because I'm just taking information that is publicly available. Okay, so that is safe only. But if you're doing it for to do some particular hacking, then it is illegal. Okay, and that's it. Now I want to discuss how to protect from Google hacking. Actually, there are a lot of ways to protect to not to get exposed from Google hackers. So some measures are there I can suggest to prevent your sensitive information from being indexed by search engines or Google. You have to use a basic security measures like protecting private areas with a user and password authentication. And you have to take some IP based restrictions also, not to get exposed, not to get exposed anything, any username, IP, or password or anything. And encrypt all your sensitive data also. That is a very important thing. So encrypt your sensitive information. It can be username, it can be password, it can be database information, it can be email address, IP address, phone number, your home address, anything. And another thing you can do is run a regular vulnerability scan against your website. If either your website, either your system or network, anything. So these usually already use popular Google Docs queries also and can be pretty effective in detecting the most common cases, common ones. So that also you can do, and run a regular dot queries against your own website to see if you can find any important information before the bad guys do. So you can find great list of popular dogs at this website that I have shown you now, expert database, dogs database. So if you find any sensitive information exposed, then you can request to remove from Google by there is another website, Google Search Console. Then you can request them to tell like please remove that, and then they will remove. Okay, and one more thing you have to consider is block the sensitive content by using robot.txt file. Okay, so robot.txt file, robot.txt file. So for example. Follow some configurations are there. They can deny the crawling from any directory within your website. So which is pretty useful for private access also. So that don't rely on any publicly indexed internet content. Or one more thing you can do is you can also block specific directories to be accepted from a web crawling. So in this example, you can see here, I'll show you. Uh, So there are many directories, sensitive directories. I'm just in sensitive direction. There are many directory that is exposed in web. So, so see, so make sure your website is not exposed in such this thing attack. So if I type this thing in Google, you can find a result like this. See, this all a directory only. You then you can directly get the directly list of this security knowledge framework.org website server. So directly, it's all very exposed to hacking, right? So be careful for in that also. Okay, okay. So that's it, and uh, that's it. This is a thing that you have to keep in your mind, and just to make sure you are doing a very safe uh, uh, this thing in your website. Okay, so and what else? And I think Google is one of the most important search engine in this world. So everybody is using it, no matter who is a cybersecurity expert or a businessman or student, or everybody is using it. So this increasing use of this digital things will automatically lead to the cyber crimes also. So I have explained this Google dorking or Google hacking method not because everybody has to hack somebody. I just want to share this because there is people who are doing Google hacking. So beware of that and do not fall down to their trap. So Google hacking will always help you to find vulnerabilities in your system or network. So use it to discover the problems in your system, not others. Don't like go for or go to hack somebody else. So you can hack yourself, safeguard your system. So happy Google hacking. What say? Happy Google hacking, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Roshna. That was an amazing session. I think that I need to check so many things about my own
Yeah,
system now.
seriously.